everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tori. For everyone who is new, welcome. Today we are doing a step-by-step makeup tutorial on this look right here. If you like to see how I got this look, then keep on watching. So first things first, I like to prime my eyes, and I like to use my Milani Perfect and Concealed Concealer eye primer, but you can use regular eye primer as well, but to save a little bit of money, I just like to use concealer as an eye primer. And then I just like to blend it out with this Morphe brush. Sorry if you hear any noise outside. They are mowing the lawn outside. That's what happens when you live. So the palette I am using is Morphe 35XO palette. And the color we're gonna go into first is the Just Friends eyeshadow right here. It's a very light brown, and we are gonna use it as a transition shade. We're just gonna start it out on the outer corner of our eye. Sorry guys, I'm like filming on my phone. There we go. I hope you guys can see better. And we're just gonna go above a little bit. If you have like a little bit of a hooded eye, you definitely want to go above that crease just so it can look like. So if you have like a hooded eye a little bit, and so you just want to take the eyeshadow up a bit higher so you can be able to see the eyeshadow. And I am just using dabbing motions, and when I get to the crease area, I use a little bit of a windshield wiper motions, just like so, just so we can blend out this eyeshadow nice and seamlessly. And the transition shade is just gonna help it blend out the eyeshadow a bit easier. And so the next shade we're gonna go into Let's Snuggle, which is a bit of a darker brown, which is right here. We're just gonna deepen up that outer corner and the crease just a tad bit. And if you lose the transition shade a little bit, that is okay. All you gotta do is go back into that shade and blend out the harsh lines. Okay, we should have something like. Sorry if I'm looking sideways. I'm looking at a mirror. I should probably look more towards you guys. We're taking a shade called Charmer, which is a darker, even darker brown that we are gonna use to deepen up our outer corner a bit more. And we're not gonna bring that into our crease. And we're using a small eyeshadow brush like this, the small blending brush. And this is also by Morphe. We're also just gonna keep it like right on the outer corner and up here just a little bit. We don't wanna bring it any higher. And I'm bringing it a little bit to the eyelid as well. As you can tell, I lost a bit of that transition shade that we used for the very first eyeshadow. So we're gonna go back into Just Friends, tap off the excess, use a fluffy blending brush just like this one. And we're just gonna use circular motions and just blend, and also windshield wiper motions as well. So the next shade we are taking is called Come Here Often, which is this white eyeshadow right here. And we are gonna make a fake cut crease, which I will show you. And we are using a flat eyeshadow just like this one, eyeshadow brush, sorry. I believe this one is by BH Cosmetics. Tap off the excess. And so we're just gonna pack this onto the lid. And then we're just gonna make a nice cut crease, a fake one. So we're cutting the crease with the eyeshadow. So if you lose a little bit of that brown, that is okay. So you should have something like this right now. So we're gonna go back into the small brush, just like this one. This is the Morphe M321. And we're gonna go back into Charmer right here, which is this dark brown. Just put that color right back into the outer corner and blend those two colors together. And you should have something like this. Now we're gonna move on to the face. So to have a very, very nice base on your face is to have a nice skincare routine for your skin. And I also like to use face primers as well. So I like to use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer to blur out my pores where it is biggest, which is around my nose, right there, and a little bit on my cheek. All of the products that I am using today is super affordable. That's all I really use is drugstore or affordable products, really, honestly. And I also like to put some right here on my chin and around my mustache area. This one just helps blur out your pores and it makes your skin kind of look like glass a little bit. Then the next one I like to use is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. And I love this one. It is a sticky base and it hydrates your skin a little bit. Also helps your foundation stay on a very long time and helps it stick to your skin as well. So I just like to dot it around my face. And I like to pat this on, not rub it. I like to pat it. I do rub it a little bit, just not a whole bunch. Okay, so when I'm done with the brush, I like to go back in with my sponge and just blend everything out a little bit more, just to make sure that there's no creases from the brush, just so everything is nice and seamless and more of an airbrush effect. Because sometimes brushes can leave streaks into the makeup and you don't want that at all. I always tend to forget, like right here. I don't know why, but I just do. Okay, so after I'm done with that, I like to go in with my contour. I am using the Juvia's Place Cream Contour in the shade Honey. What this looks like. I love this stuff. If you don't like glitter in your things, then I definitely don't recommend it. But I do want to try their new contour sticks and stuff. So I like to use a face brush just like this one. It is more of a dense face brush just like this. It's not too loose or anything like that. You don't want a very loose one. So you just want more of a dense one just like that one. And we just like to go right up here. You want to have it more up so you can have more of a facelift, just so it doesn't drag down your face at all. So I'll show you the difference. So what I like to do, I like to just dab it in, just dab it lightly, not smear it or anything like that, just because it will like take your foundation off and all of that, and it will just be a mess. Just like so. As you can tell, this is more of a lift and this one is just normal. So the way you can tell where you want to contour your cheek, your face by the cheeks area, is if you make the fishy face, and that's where your cheekbones is going to be, and that's where you want to contour. And if you have a big forehead like mine, then you definitely want to contour it to make it a little bit, make it look smaller. And if you have a small one, I don't contour your forehead. Okay. You want to make like a 3. So start here and then go up here to the temples right here, and then right over here onto your forehead. See, as you can tell, it gives you a bit of an illusion of a smaller forehead. Definitely what you want. That is if you want to have a smaller forehead. Oh wait, my nose. I always forget my nose. I don't know why. So I take a small brush like this one just to contour my nose. I like to start right here. I'm still trying to perfect my nose contouring. And make a line there. I like to go up to this part around this area. And then I like to go over the nose just a little, and then under my nose just to give me a little bit of a button nose. Just like that. Nothing too drastic, really. So this step you don't have to do if you don't want to. I'm gonna go in with the Juvia's Place matte bronzer, and this is in the shade medium. I'm going in with this shade here. Use that same brush that we use with the cream contour. There it is. We're just gonna do dabbing motions again. This just helps set the cream contour that you just did. All right, so now that is done, I like to use my little puffer just to make sure my concealer is all blended, just so there's no creases before I put the setting powder. And I also like to blend out the bronzer a bit as well, just so it's not so harsh looking. All right, just like that. The setting powder I am using is the Morphe Will Bake and Set setting powder. This is in translucent. I like this one so far. My other favorite setting powder is Juvia's Place in White Sand. Love this one as well. It just makes my eyes feel nice and smooth and not so dry and uncomfortable dry either. And I'm just setting my under eyes to make sure everything's all set and in place so nothing creases. I also like to carve out my nose just a little bit more and set everywhere where I don't want it to be all shiny. I also like to carve out my contour a little bit more. And so I like to use a fluffier brush, just like then, to wipe away all of the excess powder. So once everything is done in the face, I like to use a setting spray. You can use whatever setting spray you have. Now I'm using the Super Dewy Makeup Revolution setting spray. That is a mouthful. And we're just gonna melt everything together. You having a hard time, Harper? And then I like to fan it. And this is the finished look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already to become part of my family here on YouTube. And also, if you guys want more of a step-by-step beginner-friendly makeup tutorials, let me know in the comments below, and also by giving it a thumbs up. And I'll talk to you all in my next one. Bye!